I just got my soil test back. Changing the world 1 yard at a time. Okay, yard fanatics, welcome back. Around February, I think it was February the 7th, I went and did a soil test on my own lawn. And the reason I titled that Top Secret is because basically when you put down fertilizer and you don't know what your pH level is on your soil, you're basically just kind of guessing what you have on it. So your yard is actually keeping a secret from you. I went and got a soil sample bag at the county extension office in Henry County, McDonough, Georgia. And that's actually part of the UGA school system, the University of Georgia school system, which is an agricultural school. And they take your soil and give you your you take your soil samples to them, and they give you the results back. Now I got them back, came in the mail. This part that's scratched out is my address. I hope nobody is able to hack through ink and find out where I live at, but you know I stay in Georgia anyway. But basically what I'm gonna do is show you this to you, and we can try to figure this thing out if you haven't had one done before. So let's look at this together and kind of break this down. Okay, yard fanatics, here it is. This is the information I got back from the UGA soil sample test I did, and this is the top secret that your lawn is actually keeping from you. Now, I think I went on the 7th. There'll be a link at the end of this video showing me going to get the soil test, and maybe 2 or 3 links. One showing me doing the soil test, and I'll also put a link down there in the video showing you, telling you when you should start scalping your Bermuda lawn or your zoysia lawn, okay? Those 3 links will be at the end of this video. So if you could stay there to the end of it, then you'll get to see it. But let's get to this. Also, let me go ahead and get this out the way. If you still like to donate to the channel, at the very bottom, if you're looking at this on a desktop version, there will be a link to a PayPal account, also my Instagram account, and my Google Link account. My Google Plus account, I don't really use that much. I'm starting to, but my Instagram account, there's a link there and a link to donate to the channel if you would like to through the PayPal link, okay? In the comment section, just put donation to Bermuda Grass Central, and I would greatly appreciate that, all right? Now, look, I went on the 7th, and you can see right here, they received this on the 8th February. The very next day, they did the soil test and completed it. And I printed it out on the 12th. I think that's the day that it came, and I printed it out, all right? So let's look at this, all right? First, also, I got to remember this. I did that $4 soil test, all right? That $4 soil test said that my pH was 7. And this is done by the pros here. So that Ferry Morris soil test is I'm not going to say spot on, but it was pretty dang accurate. That Ferry Morris test also said that my potassium level was low. And as you can see right there, it's kind of low. Anything below this line, and it says there, no phosphorus, potash, or lime needed if shaded bars are above this line. So that's actually below this line. So yeah, I do need to add some potassium to it. I think I said my phosphorus was a little bit low on that, but this one is saying that it's actually a little bit above and I might need a taste of phosphorus, but actually I don't need any if I'm not planting, excuse me, any new seedlings. And these other three right here, that calcium, magnesium, and zinc, I'm trying to hold the camera steady as possible. Those are those macronutrients that you don't really know anything about. Okay, the average homeowner does not know anything about calcium, magnesium, zinc, or that elusive iron that gives your yard that luscious, deep green color. None of that stuff is ever known by homeowners. The only thing you basically know is your NPK, and it only has the phosphorus and potassium on here. Doesn't have nitrogen level on here, but I'm gonna get to that in just a second. But if I'm basing this, looking at this, phosphorus, not needed, potassium needed, calcium not needed, magnesium not needed, zinc not needed, lime most definitely not needed. If you're one of those people and you're falling for that myth that every year you need to add lime, either that pelletized or that powdered white lime to your lawn, I did a video where I interviewed the one of the soil test agents down there, and he basically said, if your pH is that high, anything 6.5 or higher for the Bermuda lawn, do not add lime at all to your yard. Please understand me. You have people who will tell you, and I've been telling my customers this year after year. What did you do to it? Well, I just put like 20 bags of lime on it. And I'm like, 20 bags? Aren't those bags like 40 pounds a piece? Oh my God. But that's what we've been told. Add lime, add lime, add lime. You do not need to add lime to your lawn, even if you don't do a pH test, a soil test. If you add lime, add it once every 3 or 4 years, but you do not need to be adding lime year after year after year. That may be the reason why you're having issues with a lot of weeds, because your pH is way too high. Your soil is not conducive enough for your grass to uptake those nutrients that you're trying to put in it. So you're just throwing away money buying fertilizer because your pH is way too high. Mine is too high. Look at that. It's at a 7. In Bermuda grass, it should be around, look at that right there. This is Hybrid Bermuda, 5.5 to 6.5. And if you're asking the question, well, how do I know I have Hybrid Bermuda, Mr. BYD? If you bought your house basically in the 90s, the grass that they put down there, the sod, that's Hybrid Bermuda. If you planted your own grass, that may be a little bit different. But more than likely, your builder ordered your grass and had it rolled out or put in little square sections in your lawn. That is a Hybrid Bermuda type grass. That's because it's been farm raised, basically. But that's how you know you got Hybrid Bermuda grass. If you didn't plant it yourself, and what I mean by planting, you tilled it up, put the seeds down there, you watered it 3 times a day, you nurtured it, you cried when it rained too hard and washed your seeds all the way, and you went through all that process, then that's a regular Bermuda lawn. But this is Hybrid Bermuda lawn, okay? Understand that. 5.5 to 6.5 is where your pH should be. So basically mine is 0.5, a little bit too high. What can I do to bring it down? I'm going to add some gypsum, and I have a video for that also. So you can scroll through my video list and you'll see that. Gypsum itself does not bring your... Matter of fact, hold on. Okay, guys, gypsum itself does not bring your pH soil down. What it does, it basically, if you have a clay soil, heavy clay soil, it pulls those particles closer together, and sandy soil, pull those particles closer together like this, which eventually allows the water to get a little bit deeper down to the roots. While that water is going down to the roots, the nutrients that you sprinkle on top of the soil are dissolved. They're more likely to come down with it and get closer to the root for root uptake, if that make any sense, okay? Gypsum itself does not lower your pH or raise it. It's neutral, but it has a reaction to those clay soil that pulls that stuff together and allows more nutrients to get to your soil. Okay, now if it looks like I'm looking all off because I'm looking at my phone, I'm looking at myself, so it looks like I'm kind of cockeyed, and I'm not. And I think the camera is actually right here, so I'm going back and forth. But gypsum does not lower or raise your pH soil level. It basically helps nutrients get to your soil. That's one of my secrets that I use. A lot of people won't use it. A lot of stores don't sell it. I got a video on that, so just look it up and you'll see what I'm talking about. But let's get back to this pH test. All right, guys, we're back to the pH test. And look, this is the second one that they sent. It came in 2 pages. I'm going to try to zoom in on that right there. And basically, these numbers, and I'm just going to be absolutely honest with you, the average homeowner does not know what these numbers mean. I personally don't know what 168 medium is for potassium, 211 for calcium, magnesium 134, zinc 6, what's that? Manganese 60. Only thing I'm looking at is high, medium, very high, high, sufficient. So basically what I'm saying is when you get this, the main thing you're going to be concerned about is that pH level. Now, having said that, let's go to this. They gave me all that information, right? Look what else they gave me. Down here, it basically tells you what you need to do to improve your soil. If you're going to, this is my particular yard, or it could be yours, but if I was to establish new grass, and this is not sod, well, this could be sod also, but this is me tilling it up and getting 4 or 6 inches down into it. They want me to incorporate a 15-0-15 per 1,000 square feet into, it is 46 inches of soil prior to seeding. All right. Or if I'm going to do sod, then apply. And this is the thing that's, I'm weary of this. A 3400 at 3 pounds per 1,000 square feet, or a 4600, 2 pounds per 1,000 square feet monthly during the growing season, okay, through August. I'm just worried about that. And then again, at the end of the season, around September, they would like for me to come back with a 15-0-15 in September. Okay, now, well, let's see. Do that for the first year only, then use maintenance fertilizer program for 2-3 years. Retest every 2-3 years after establishment. Okay, well, my yard is established. I'm just reading this, y'all, while we go. And then they got this thing down here. Clippings do not contribute to thatch under proper maintenance and thus do not need to be removed. Everybody has their theory about leaving clippings and mulching on the lawn. My honest opinion, I feel as though you need to bag your grass, even if you don't have weeds. Bag your lawn. Thatch to me is just, it's waiting to cause a problem. Now, I'm not the scientist. This is BYD's personal opinion. I didn't write the book on thatch. I actually mulched my yard at the end of the season, those fall leaves. Normally I do bag them up, and I will be honest with you also, when you do when you do mulch, it's so much easier. You ain't got to bag. You don't have to find somewhere to put it. You literally just run over, chop it up, just leave it there. My only thing about that is when you're doing it in the fall, you need heat for that grass to actually break down a whole lot faster, and it doesn't. When you mulch that Bermuda grass itself, those clippings do not break down that fast. They stay in the yard. Now, I have some in my yard, and it's not that bad. I did a video showing it, and you can see little clumps of it. You rake it up, get it off the lawn, that's fine. But to just continuously keep doing that and leaving that stuff down there, eventually it will create a thatch layer throughout the entire yard because it's not going to break down that fast. Now, during spring and summer may be totally different, but my advice, if you can, bag it up. That's just my advice. You can side discharge it, and normally that's what I do. Side discharge it, bag it, side discharge it, bag it to kind of keep that stuff down. I'm not worried about, you know, a whole year's of clippings left on your lawn equals one fertilization. To me, that's just an asinine way to go about it, to just try to sneak an extra fertilization in. And plus, I want my fertilizer and stuff to get down to my soil as fast as possible, okay? Even though I may use a time release formula, I think fertilizer, just like they say seed to soil contact, I think fertilizer to direct soil contact is the best way to get those nutrients down into the soil without anything blocking it, grass clippings and stuff like that. And I don't really want to be waiting for them to break down. But, you know, like I said, I'm not the messiah of mulching. You should or should not. That's just my personal opinion, okay? So, guys, look, I did my soil test. And for this, they want me to use a 15-0-15. I guess the first fertilization and the last one, and in between, they wanted me to go a 34-0-0-0 and a 46-0-0-0, either or. And I'm at odds. I just don't know. I just don't know. But most importantly, get a soil test as soon as you can. Like I said, this didn't take that long. I thought it was 7 to 10 days, they said, but you know, it only took really like, look at that, a couple of days for them to do what they had to do. And you know, I printed it out on the 12th. I got this via email. Did not have to go anywhere. Did not have to drive all the way to this place to get this done. And that's the address of the soil test facility. Soil Plant and Water Laboratory, 2400 College Station Road, Athens, Georgia, 30602. Website, you see it. I'm not going to repeat all that. If you just want to go check it out, pause it, write it down. You can go there. But as far as that, now the one thing I do know, I do have a 18-0-18 Let's Go slow release fertilizer here. Now, if you remember, I did a video about a zoysia lawn at this church, and I actually used this 18-0-18 in August. And Lord have mercy, you should see how green that yard was. So I probably will go with this for my own lawn. I got 3 bags of this stuff, and I think it covers, I'm trying to find it, 15,000 square feet. So I got what, 45,000 square feet of product here. And so I'm good to go. So just yeah, yard fanatics, we got that out the way. Soil test video here. You see my results. I was gonna post this on my IG account, but there's too much information to try to squeeze in for 1 minute, so I had to go ahead and do it on my YouTube channel. Once again, I'd like to thank those who are contributing to the channel through the PayPal link and making the comments for the Bermuda Grass Central YouTube channel. Make sure that you do subscribe to my Instagram account. Like I said, I have stuff that I just don't do on YouTube, a couple of behind the scene things, you know, little short videos, pictures and stuff like that. Just check that out. You know, you can ask me questions there. Most of you guys know if you need like a question answered, I try to respond as fast as I can. Sometimes it may take a day or so, but most of the time, I have my phone with me at all times, and when I get the notification, I answer. I do get back with you. So just remember this, y'all. You're tuned into Bermuda Grass Central with BYD. This is Michael Bowman, and I'll talk to you soon.